Hello everyone and welcome. Happy 2024. My name is Rachel and I am a reseller on sites like eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. And today I'm going to share with you my top 15 most profitable sales from the third and fourth week of December 2023. So if you want to see what sold for me the highest during the last 2 weeks of December, definitely stick around. This is my first video of 2024. We've officially made it to the new year. And December is finally behind us. Typically, December is a little bit crazy with the sales, being that it's the holidays, it's the end of Q4. So I've got a really interesting countdown for you today. So if you like reseller content though, make sure you subscribe to my channel, or at least consider it if you have not already. I do a lot of mystery box unboxings. I do 90-day updates to show you where my money's being made on those boxes. And I do these top sales videos just so I can show you what is selling for the highest profit and maybe give you some ideas of places you can source from or brands to look out for if you're a reseller and you're looking for some insight into my business. And hit that like button if you don't mind. That definitely helps me out a lot. It helps out my channel and it lets me know that you like this kind of content. Just a couple of quick housekeeping items. I did make the decision that moving forward in 2024, I am going to keep the videos at every other week. These type of videos, I do post videos, I try to every other day, but as far as these top 15 countdowns, I think I'm going to keep these at every other week or 2 times a month, but I am going to start making some additional like strategy type videos. I was rolling that type of content into these videos, but I want to separate that out and do those in separate videos. So twice a month on these type of videos. That's the plan for this year. Couple of interesting things happened in the last 2 weeks of December. It's sort of a hit or miss time because you're so close to Christmas, especially that last week. You're so close to Christmas that, you know, you get that lag for a few days when it's like there's no possible way that whatever people are ordering are going to make it by Christmas Day. So you have to let me know in the comments if you experienced this too, but I sure did. So like December 21st through 25th, sales were really, really slow. But before that and after that, actually they did really good. They picked up again on the 26th and they went really strong all the way until the 31st. The majority of my top 15 are eBay sales. This is very interesting. Normally it's a pretty healthy mix of Poshmark and eBay. 11 out of the 15 of these sales happened on eBay, and you'll notice a lot of the sale prices end in .99, which means because on eBay I set all of my prices at whatever the price is, .99. And so that means a lot of these were completely outright sales. Like I did not send an offer. The customer did not send me an offer. They just outright purchased, which is kind of crazy, especially considering that the majority of the month of December, I had a sale running on my eBay on most, I ran the sale on mostly like older items, like items that had been listed more than 30 days. I didn't run a sale on newly listed items. So not only were these selling at full price, but they were selling quickly because they were newly listed items. So just keep that in mind as we go through the countdown. So I'll show you over here what it is. I'll tell you where I got it, how much I paid for it, and how long it took to sell. Oh, and also in the last 2 weeks of December, I made my highest sale ever as a reseller. This was the most profitable item in my 13 years of reselling. And if you follow me on Instagram, you may have already seen this because the day it happened, I got on there and shouted from the rooftops. I was so excited, but it is part of this countdown as well. So that's exciting too. Okay, let's get into it. Number 15, this was the black Blaze Crewneck sweater from Rag & Bone. This was in my Helpsy Rag & Bone secondhand box. My cost per piece on that box was $5.85, and this one sold on Poshmark for $50. It was listed about 6 weeks. There were a pair of perfect vintage Wideleg crop jeans in black. These were a size 29 from my Boutique by the Box, Madewell and J. Crew women's denim box. that was a very recent box. I just showed you guys that one, I feel like a couple days ago. Well, anyway, they were only listed for 3 days. I listed them on 12/27 and they sold on 12/30. These were a $50 eBay sale. Somebody did send me an offer. I think I had them listed at $69.99 and someone offered me $50. But hey, you know what? I paid $15 per pair. That's still a decent profit for me. Sometimes, even if the offer is not like technically what I wanted for the item, if it's going to sell fast, I'm going to go ahead and just take it. I had the Fiji one-piece swimsuit. This was the color Emerald Seersucker, so very pretty sweater, very pretty swimsuit. And actually, I have sold a whole lot of swimsuits in this past couple weeks. So just a little off topic here. If you are sitting on swimsuits, resort wear, shorts, get those listed. People are shopping for their spring break, for their winter vacation, their cruises, and that sort of stuff, especially in cold weather climates, not readily available in retail stores. So they're shopping online for that stuff right now. Get it listed. I cannot believe I've sold so many swimsuits in the past 2 weeks. Anyway, this was from the brand Andy Swim. This was from an Andy Swim box I purchased from Helpsy Source. My cost of goods was $8.50 per piece. I listed these at the end of October. So this one took about 2 months to sell. This was a $55 eBay sale, which that one actually was also an offer. I had the Conway pullover sweater. This is from my Boutique by the Box J. Crew Madewell tops and bottoms box. I actually got a whole lot of this same style over the course of like 3 Boutique by the Box mystery boxes, but they've been selling great. So this one actually sold for $55.24, which that one means that I had that one on sale. And so I think it was 15% off of my asking, but $55.24 plus shipping on eBay. And that sweater was listed just a little under a month. It was listed about 27 days. I had a pair of Stovepipe jeans in Aurora wash. These were a size 30. They were from Madewell, also in my Boutique by the Box dresses and denim box. My cost per item on this box was $18, and this was a $58 Mercari sale, so 18 into 58. These took just a little over a month to sell. Also from Madewell, I had a pair of 90s straight jeans. These were black from my J. Crew Madewell women's denim box from Boutique by the Box. These were only listed 2 days. I'm telling you, this Madewell J. Crew denim box was pretty darn good. Like, I sold several pairs of jeans within the first couple of days, and I love it when that happens. These sold on Poshmark for $60. I had the Riviera cotton fit and flare dress. This was from Everlane. From my Helpsy Source Everlane dresses box. This was a $63.99 eBay sale. And this one took just a little over 2 months to sell. So not the fastest sale, but my cost per piece, $20.70, $63.99 sale price. So still a pretty decent profit there. There was this corduroy dress from Madewell. And this one, if you recall, if you watched my Boutique by the Box Crew Cuts box, which you probably didn't because like no one watched that video. I'm finding that you guys could care less about kids' clothes. Long story short, their description of that box said there would not be a lot of J. Crew Factory or Crew Cuts Factory, and over half of my box was Crew Cuts Factory. So I emailed Boutique by the Box and said like, hey, you know, this box, based on the fact that these are all outlet pieces, you know, it was not worth what I paid per piece. And they didn't have any more kids pieces available, so they sent me like 5 adult J. Crew Madewell pieces. So anyway, this dress was technically from that box or part of that box, or at least for the purposes of my accounting, that's how I have it listed. But my cost per piece on that box was $8.18 when all was said and done. And this was listed for 12 days and sold for $64.99 on eBay, so full price sale. I had a linen high neck sleeveless dress from J. Crew. This was from my Boutique by the Box Madewell J. Crew dresses and denim. And this one was $15.30 per piece and sold for $69.99 on eBay. This one was listed a little over 2 months, but again, I will take it. 2 months is not that long. I mean, compared to some of this other stuff, it is, but like it isn't. That's not really bad at all, especially because this dress is linen. This is a summer piece, and it sold end of December. These actually, there's 2 on the countdown, but they were sold to the same person. So you'll see both of them here. The brand is, and I don't even know how to say this brand, Rima. It's definitely a European brand, but I'm not sure which country it's sold in. I ordered the, from Helpsy Source, the Doppel Kids Box, and I didn't do an unboxing video for this because based on my views and the data, my YouTube data, I can see that people are not generally interested in kids clothing, and B, it was 100 pounds of this kids clothing, and that would have been the biggest beast of a video that I was not willing to tackle. And I would say I listed about 10% of what I actually got in those boxes. I was kind of hoping, like, at this point with kids clothes, I'm first and foremost wanting to like look for stuff for my own daughter, which I didn't end up keeping anything for her, but I only listed about 10% of what was in there, and the rest of it I've been kind of taking around to buy, sell, trade stores. So anyway, that's why you didn't see that box. But these 2 like down-filled coats were in this box. One was a size 11, one was a size 12. My cost per piece on that box was $3. And these sold for $74.99 each. They both were listed at that, and somebody purchased them outright, both of them. And you'll see on the screenshot, it says refunded. They weren't refunded. It's funny that it says that. The buyer paid like full price for shipping, and I did a partial refund to give her some of the shipping cost back because she paid way too much with having them both in one package. So that's why it says refunded, but I just refunded her, I think, like $11 for shipping. It wasn't the whole order, but that was pretty exciting. Although that box didn't have a ton of stuff that I actually, not that I wouldn't have listed it, not that it wasn't worth listing, I have so much other stuff. It just wasn't, there was a lot of it that wasn't necessarily worth my time, that it was going to be easier for me to just like recoup some of the money at buy, sell, trade, and there was a lot of duplicates too. So, but anyway, those 2 jackets alone paid for a good chunk of the box itself. So that was pretty cool. And I was actually surprised to see those sell so quickly, especially given I had never heard of that brand before. Then there was this resin-coated twill jacket in burgundy. This was a size small, J. Crew Factory, new without tag, from my J. Crew Madewell sweaters and jackets box. You know, I have to say, J. Crew Factory is generally not worth like as much as the regular J. Crew pieces until it is. I have gotten several J. Crew Factory pieces in these J. Crew Madewell boxes that have done exceptionally well and sold exceptionally high. So like, don't sleep on J. Crew Factory. At least if you're out thrifting, or if you get an opportunity to buy J. Crew Factory, look it up, check the comps. Not everything is like less valuable than the J. Crew stuff, because I sold this jacket at $74.99. Again, my full asking price. I think on the website, like the J. Crew Factory website, it was selling for like $150, $200, something crazy. I mean, it was an expensive jacket, and the only reason I listed it so low was because it was new without tag instead of new with tag. And if it would have had the tag, I probably would have listed it a little bit higher. But this was only listed 5 days, and it sold for my full asking price on eBay. And actually, I do remember this one went to Naples, Florida, and I've been to Naples. I visit Naples, Florida often because my brother-in-law and his family lives in Naples, Florida. And this was very much a Naples, Florida jacket. It was just like heavy enough to wear like when the Floridians get the 60-degree weather and they need a light jacket to put on. That was totally this jacket. So it made perfect sense. And I had to laugh when I sent it off to Naples because I can 100% understand why somebody in Naples would need a jacket like that. But anyway, next up, And this, okay, so there's not really a lot of profit in this. I'm not going to lie. But it's a good story time, and I'm basing my countdown on the actual sale price here. So just roll with me on this one. These are a pair of Dorian boots from Doc Martens, and I paid $71.99 for these, and I sold them for $80. Let me explain. I'm going to make a video on this week probably so that you can see it too. At the end of December, my goal, because the way we do our accounting for our business is we count the inventory when it's sold or when it leaves the inventory. So when I do like a clear out to like rid myself of stale inventory, it's in my best interest to do that before the end of the year. So for that tax year, I can like get that stuff out of my inventory so it's not sitting come the end of the year. So anyway, I was rotating around to some different Once Upon a Child stores in my area, just trying to offload some stale things that I really couldn't like sell myself. And I took a whole IKEA bag full of stuff to this location that's like almost 45 minutes, an hour away from me. We had some other errands to run over on that side of town. So I'm like, perfect, great opportunity. And they wanted to buy like a lot of stuff. Like this location wanted almost, I would say 3/4 of what was in the bag, which is funny because I had already taken the stuff to 2 other locations, and one location bought like 8 items and one bought like 6 items. And this was everything that was left after 2 stores had already gone through it. And they wanted like 3/4 of what was left. But they said, and I think too, because that store maybe was newer and they just opened. But anyway, they're like, well, we want to buy all this stuff, but we can only give you $40 in cash maximum, and the rest would have to be store credit. Well, I'm thinking to myself, if it was the locations that are closer to my house, I would just let the credit sit there and, you know, go shopping whenever I had a chance. But this one is so far away, like I'm not going to come back here anytime soon. So I don't really want the credit sitting. So I started looking around to see if I could trade it in for some stuff that I thought maybe would sell. And they just did not have stuff that I thought was worth trying to resell, especially not at how they had it priced. So I had a dilemma. I'm like, do I go back home with the stuff that I couldn't offload in 2 other stores? Or do I take the site credit and just get something I know will sell, even though it's not necessarily going to be profitable? So that's what I ended up doing. They gave me like $100 in store credit, and I bought like 3 pairs of jeans and then these Doc Marten boots, which they had priced at $79.99. Plus I got like a discount of some kind. So even though I didn't make a profit on the boots per se, in a roundabout way, it was me just getting the money for the stuff that I sold at the buy sell trade store. That had to have been the longest story time ever, and I'm sorry. But that is why they're on the countdown. I put them on the countdown because I want you to still see if you can find these Doc Marten boots, hopefully at a much lower cost than what I picked them up at. That's about how much they're selling for. So if you get them at the bins, if you find them at Goodwill and your shoe pricers don't realize that they're worth more than that, good for you, because my shoe pricers would definitely know. But definitely something worth picking up. They were only listed a day. In fact, because I cross-post, I use List Perfectly to cross-post, I had only put them on Poshmark. And I was going to do Mercari and eBay the next day. They didn't even make it that far. Somebody bought them right away. I think I listed them for $95, and they said, they offered me $80, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to take it. Like, why even bother trying to get more than that? That's a reasonable offer. Anyway, top 2, including my highest sale of the entire history of my reselling career ever. But first, this one. This was from my Rag & Bone Helpsy Source secondhand box. This was a brown wool blazer. It was a size 2. And this one sold for $125 on eBay. It was listed about 5 weeks. Very surprising. I think I had listed it for $149.99. Maybe this was like a $400 blazer brand new. But my cost of goods was only $5.85. So when someone offered me $125, you better believe I took that running, because more than likely that one piece paid for like half the box. So, and it was a 40-piece box. So yeah, absolutely took that and ran. That was a very exciting sale, but not as exciting as this sale, highest sale ever. I purchased, and again, this one I did not do an unboxing for on my channel because this was a 5-piece shoe box, and a 5-piece mystery box does not make for good content. Also, by the time I got it, in fact, I feel like 5 minutes after I ordered it, it was like sold out, never to return. So I don't know. I don't love showing you guys boxes that like, haha, look what I got, but you'll never be able to get one. Like, I don't know. I try to order boxes that I'm going to show you for like things you can actually get. So both of those things in mind, I never did like an unboxing for this box, but it ended up being a really, really, really good investment. I paid $22.50 per pair, or it might have been like $125 per box for the whole box. But these sold on eBay. They were listed almost 2 months. And in fact, these were part of my 30% off sale. I think I had them listed at, I don't know, a little over $500. I think I maybe listed them at like $550 because you know how Poshmark over 500 does the authentication. So I wanted to keep it over 500. I do remember that. But I ran these on sale for 30% off. Nobody bought them. And then like a few days later, I changed the sale to like 15% off. And somebody purchased these at $424.99 on eBay. And so I packaged them up nicely and I sent them across the pond to the United Kingdom, where someone in London is walking around with some extremely stylish, extremely expensive boots. And I'm really glad, you know, I even, honestly, they'd been sitting for 2 months. I saw that they were like $600 brand new, and I also saw that they were sold out and unavailable online, which is why I listed them high. But if somebody would have offered me $200, $300, I probably would have taken it. For someone to purchase these at $424.99, I was like, wow, I can't even believe it. But hey, not complaining. That fantastic. $22.50 into $424.99. So that's my entire countdown for the end of December 2023. Last countdown of the year. I'm excited to start Q1. Believe it or not, looking back at my numbers, Q1 was my best quarter of 2023. January was my best month of 2023. Not December, not September when back to school happens, or August or whatever. The ones you would think. No, it was January when everything slows down. I don't know. I guess I was rocking and rolling. So hopefully, fingers crossed. Granted, last year, so I had a baby last April. My daughter's 9 months old now. But my goal for this year, and also in years past, it's been a little bit kind of rocky. My goal for this year, though, is to keep the sales consistent no matter what month it is. Obviously, there will be some seasonality, but I'm really trying to get a wide range of stuff for sale for all seasons so that it's not like there's not certain months that I have like peaks and then certain months that I have valleys. Last year, 2023, my valleys happened while I was giving birth and having a baby, so I wasn't obviously as active. But this year, I want to keep it, you know, like, let's try to do the same or better every single month, no matter what month it is. And like, I don't want to use seasonality as an excuse for not making sales. Like, I really just want to keep things consistent. So let me know. Now I'm curious to know. Let me know in the comments, what is your reseller goal for 2024? And what was your best sale of the week of Christmas or the last 2 weeks of December 2023? Definitely let me know. I love when you guys chime in and you let me know what's going on in your world and what you're selling and what your goals are. So I love to hear it. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see what's up and coming in 2024 for me. Like I said, I'm really, really looking to incorporate some more strategy type videos and just talk about like my business and the state of my business in general. Hopefully that interests you and you'll stick around for some content like that. Hit that like button on the way out if you don't mind. Again, that really does help out my channel a lot. And that's it for today, friends. I appreciate you watching and I will catch you in the next one. Happy New Year! Thank you.